Going on, guys? Mike Casey here. Just wanted to do a little briefing of this weekend's adventure. Probably haven't seen me in a while. Been dealing with, a new job, bigger family. Got 3 kids now, so been dealing a lot with just getting things more grounded in those areas. Kids are doing great. Ellie's 5.5. Wyatt turned 4, and Bowie is 2.5. A little bit over half, but they're doing great. But the plan for this weekend is, I knew that when I wanted to get back into getting out in the field, why not start it off with a bang? So I decided to do a trip to Bluff Creek. Currently, right now, I'm at Louse camp. You can hear the Notice Creek behind me. I'll be going over there some point today. But I was gonna stay here at Louse camp for like 3 nights and then do 1 night down at the berm near the Patterson-Gimlin film site. But there's kind of a large camping group over here behind me. So I think I might switch things up, maybe see how today goes, maybe pack up everything. I don't do much. I think I might pack everything up and maybe do 2 nights down at the berm. Saturday, Sunday. Oh, I guess that's 3 nights. I'm out of here Tuesday. Ellie starts kindergarten. Got to be there for orientation. But yeah, I think I might be switching things up a little bit. Huge shout out to Tate Hieronymus. You helped me so much getting here. This is the first time I've made it past I don't even know the name of the road. 12 and 13, the big green gates. First time getting past there. First time getting to the cell site. Never seen Louse. Notice Creek. I'm excited to go swim in. But yeah, kind of see what happens. I got in late last night. Left after work yesterday. I think it was like 10:30 when I pulled in. And just set up my tent. Kind of sat around for a couple minutes and then went to bed. So yeah, no, the drive-in was good. I saw 1 massive bear and like 4 deer, 1 little baby. That was pretty cool. The road wasn't bad. I was told to bring a spare. I have my spare on the Jeep. There it is. So I really didn't have too much fear on that one. But again, going in areas that you've never been before kind of gets your hairs a little raised. But it went good. Called Tate at the cell site and just filled him in on everything. And he told me a few things to do and to check out. And so, yeah, I'm going to hang out here for a bit, make some breakfast, and have my coffee. My 7 Feathers coffee mug, lost at last. And yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully see some cool stuff.
So I'm a local travel member from Hoopa. My story of Bigfoot is that I was down there swimming in the local Trinity River with a big giant rock on the other side of the river. It was really long, and where I was located, I was on this side of the other side of the river, where there's a big back eddy, and it was very smooth on my side of the river. And I was down there swimming, and I heard a splash, and I thought it was just a little baby trout. I'm thinking to myself, hey, that was really cool to see a splash in the river, and thinking there was some little fish in the river. And then I went back to swimming, and I raised my head up out of the water, and I heard another splash, and it was a little bigger. And I thought to myself, oh, that's cool, there's some bigger fish in the river. And I ended up going back to swimming, and then all of a sudden I heard splash, like it would be the size of a salmon or something jumping up out of the water. And at that point it scared me, and I started looking around, and I looked across the river on the other side, and it would approximately be about 150 yards away from me. I seen a big gray light individual, probably close to 9 feet tall, walking away from me. And at that point it did scare me, and I ended up leaving my location and going back to my house. But that's my story of what I seen of something that did look like an ape, and it was completely covered in gray to white hair, and like I said, 9 feet tall.
In my mind, coming to a spot and not really knowing, like, you've never been here, and then you get here, and to be honest, you're hoping for the whole place to be just empty, so it's just you, but then there's other people here, and then they're so cool to be able to share encounter stories and history, and then also invite to go down the creek with them to walk into some areas that you wouldn't have expected is really cool. And on top of that, it's the Hoopa Sovereign Day, which is kind of like their Independence Day. So to be here on that weekend that they are celebrating that, and then to be able to connect with these individuals, hear stories and encounters, and then to be able to go on a hike with them. I don't know how long the hike it is, but they said it's just right around the corner. But I mean, even if it's a half a mile hike, you get a sense of just feeling lucky. It's just really cool to be, I mean, it's all about connection, right? Like connecting with other people and hearing their stories and their life stories and their history and where they've come from and their ancestors. And it's just really, really cool that I wound up here at this particular time with them as my camping neighbors, and then to be able to listen to their stories and history, and then get invited to a hike. Feeling honored, definitely feeling lucky and honored.
She can tell you some stories.
Yeah, and then my cousin told me a story where they seen the whole family crossing the river down
I
there in
dreamt
Utah.
about them. I've never seen them, but I dreamt of them.
Yeah, I've
come
dreamt
through my
about them
dreams,
myself.
and I feared them every time in my dreams. But in my dreams, they had like a white, like a gray stripe down their back.
Almost like a ridgeback.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom swears she smelled one because it burnt her eyes and
That's
her nose.
that's another
She was
one.
in Rush up to here, up at Friday Ridge, out by between Salyer and
Picking the
Wilbury.
huckleberries, which I don't see no huckleberry brush around here, but there might be some. But the huckleberry brush usually gets about this big, and right now it looks like blueberries. There's blueberries. They're on the
They don't get as big as
vine.
blueberries.
They're on the vine right now.
They grow in a bush that looks like this. They grow in bushes that kind of sound like this, but it's more darker, more denser,
Yeah.
and they're smaller. They're way smaller than blueberries.
Yeah, they're only about this
tiny,
big. They're tiny.
but they're high in antioxidants and our people just love them. But they only grow in certain areas.
And yeah, they usually get about
But
this
brush gets this
high,
high.
and it's real thick and real dense.
So when people go mushrooming out here or picking huckleberries, this is where a lot of stories come
This
from.
is where a lot of the
Yes.
stories come
all
from.
over in this whole bowl of mountains
And,
between our reservation.
The stench from them. You ever smell something and you thought a
That
bear's
burns your eyes and your nose.
and if you thought a bear's was bad smelling, they
This shit
say
will
that
burn your nose.
they
and
said
your eyes,
that
my mom
the
said.
Bigfoot's even worse.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what my mom said. Anyways, my brother, he had the same. So my mom told me the story about, up on my dad's family flat, about seeing this creature, had no legs. It was just really gross to me. My brother spoke of the same creature, telling the story to his buddies one night at his house, and got my attention because I never told him the story ever. We have different moms, so I've never told him the story because, like I said, he never believed any of my mom's stories. You know what I mean? But he had the description of the same creature as my mom did. So now that my mom, when she tells her stories, I listen. I'm like, well, because there's no way in hell that my brother, knew the details of the creature my mom saw, and he saw the same creature on the same flat, and so many years ago. I mean, different apart from each other. So I really listen to stories now. I'm like, okay, I can't be hypocritical like that. I really got to pay attention because why they only show themselves to certain people, I don't know.
There's a bat around here too.
A bat?
What? I've never heard of such.
Yeah.
Well, like a giant bat?
A giant-
Like a bat?
That's like the story of freaking I've never heard of no bat around.
Now the goat man, that's
Yeah, there's
possibly.
tons of stories about
I thought the goat man was like farther east, like Hope Lick.
They
No.
got they got rid of him around here, but he came back.
What?
They never got all of them. The Indians around here got rid of a lot of these creatures and somehow was able to get them back to the other worlds, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying?
They say that they say Hoopa is porthole.
There's a porthole to the other world.
Of the other world. That's what they say Hoopa is. And I believe it because if you're in these mountains, like I'm comfortable in these mountains, and that's my hometown. I grew up in there, But there's a whole different demeanor in these
Different
woods
vibe.
compared to Hoopas. So
Yeah.
It's weird, and I'm from there. It is.
I mean, when I was living, so me and my wife weren't together, and I was actually by myself at the time. Me and my baby's mama, we were actually separated. So I was living by myself at my house, and I heard these footsteps. It wasn't even footsteps. It was more like a horse going down the road. Clock, 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 clock. 3 steps, and he's gone. Completely gone. That was the goat man. 2 days later, my sister goes, hey, a baby was crying. Baby was crying, and that's what they do is the goat man takes babies. That's what they say that they come for the babies. That's why the Indians got rid of them. Hey, you ain't taking our people away from us. So the Indians tried to get rid of them. Well, one of them showed his head up. What year my daughter was born? 08. So it was roughly the same time that my daughter was born. And the goat man showed up somebody's baby just above my house was, well, not baby was crying. And my sister heard footsteps on the porch. And she goes and opens up the door, and there was the goat man standing there.
What?
Yeah. They also have the pterodactyl around here.
What?
It's a portal to another world here. It is. It really is a portal. That's why all these creatures are out there.
Yeah.
Not just your normal everyday Indians.
I come out here just looking for Bigfoot, and all of a sudden I hear.
But it's not. It's
the
not,
Kamos and then all these other ones.
Yeah, and it's not people. It's not people dressing up like these people.
Yeah.
These are actually.
No, that's not a hoax.
No, these are people coming from the other worlds. That's why they're not seen very often, but they're out there.
They're here.
People have seen them. And this is one of the spots that the old powerful medicine used to come from, is around here.
No way.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Hupa's language. So I have a cousin. She went to Israel, right? And you got the big wall, everybody's praying and stuff like that, and there's thousands and thousands of people. Well, she went there with a church family. So there was like 15, 20 of them that went to Israel all together. And one of them was a Native American. They go, well, is it okay that we go ahead and sing one of our traditional songs? And they're like, yeah, I guess you guys can. And so they started singing the old traditional Indian songs, not the powwow, but old traditional songs, right? And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. The people over there are like, whoa, you need to stop. You need to stop. And they're like, why? They're like, that is an old tongue from the old ancestors. It's not from the new language they speak now. It's from the old world. It's from the Bible age. It's from the old times, old God years kind of thing, the AD, BC, it's the early years.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Hupa's language is the hardest language in the world to learn or to speak.
Wow.
It is the hardest language in the world. And come to find out, it's from the angels. It's in a heavenly. It's Athabascan, but it's given to the Hupa people. It being the hardest language in the world to learn and speak. It came from the angels. It came from the other side,
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
My mind is blown from all of this.
Yeah, so this is people around here say this is where Garden of Eden originally was here.
Uh-huh.
But when Adam and Eve did their thing, they got cast out of the garden. And so this is the garden. This is where the garden was. This is where everybody said everything grows plentiful.
Yeah.
Look at the size of the trees. You don't see anywhere in the world that these trees grow like
no
this.
No joke. The past 12 hours I've been looking at, even by my campsite, these trees
monsters.
are massive.
Yeah, this was the true. I mean, look at this. Could you consider this the Garden of Eden?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they were cast out of it, according to what the Bible says. They were cast out of the Garden of Eden, and so basically, he just gave it to the Indians. And we are a lost tribe. They consider us the lost tribe of Benjamin. And, one of the ones that were casted out into the wilderness and would never be seen again kind of thing. And that's where the Indians come in, because we were casted out. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Right. Yeah, no big. I used to talk on those all the time. But,
yeah, I got off.
But there you go. There's some history, bro.
No way. That is wild.
Yeah. So this place is one of the most sacred places in the whole world, right here. I mean, look at other parts.
That's freaking cool.
Look at other parts of Northern California, bro.
Yeah.
It don't look like nothing.
Oh,
like this.
I know. So today was freaking awesome. Had coffee, had my breakfast,
Went down to Notice Creek, which is right behind me here. You can probably hear it. And then I noticed off to the side that the people I were camping next to were building some kind of structure. And of course I had to walk up and ask them what's going on. And turned out to be a shower. It was pretty cool. But one thing and another, it turned out to be me admitting that I'm out here to look for Bigfoot, and their Hoopa residents live up in Hoopa, and they have encounters. I probably heard like 3 or 4 encounter stories. It was super cool. Some of them being right around here, and one of them, I should say, his wife advised him to be able to share it. So I mean, they don't want to be on camera, and I get that and I respect that. So what I did was I filmed Notice Creek as they did their interview. Super thankful for it. But yeah.
So I left Louse camp this morning and packed up everything, and now I'm heading to the PG film site. This is the road that connects them. It's about 5 miles, 20 minute drive. This is the road down to the PG film site. Not gonna lie, it's pretty epic. Go. Hiking down to the PG film site. So I got to the film site where Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin filmed Patty, what I think was the film site. Followed the trail, and as I'm kind of walking around, I hear like a high-pitched and then a really low ho 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 ho. And I've never heard that from an animal. And I've never tucked tail and run before. I didn't run out of there because I didn't want to trigger whatever it was. But needless to say, I packed up camp and left. I don't think I'm going camping alone anymore. I don't feel comfortable staying alone. Not after that.